Hey, folks, Automatic here for Automatic Games. It's another night of Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. Um, Hold on, I'm gonna click off my microphone for a second so I can adjust my headset. I do that to avoid any crazy ambient noise, but clicking it on and off, that's a loud popping noise in its own right. So, anyways, apologies for that. I hope the stream finds you well. I'm doing good. Happy Friday night. This stream is not intended for ages 13 or younger. if you'd like to join the community, this modest little community, there's a link to the Discord in the video description, the stream description, that is. There's also a link to the PayPal if you would like to financially support the channel. But honestly, I'm just glad people stop by to say hi. So, what am I looking at? One of the mission briefings, that's right. Not the one I thought I was looking at, but let's take a look at the board and see where we left off. Well, this isn't exactly where we left off. As promised at the tail end of last night's stream, I've gone ahead and returned this. Some of the fleets were faced with Cylon forces and they scattered to the wind. But I've returned them to their respective colonies. At the top of the screen, you see a flag for each colony. That little logo beneath the flag shows a colonial emblem. That indicates that there's a colonial fleet docked at each colony. And you get stuff for that. You get Tillium for that, which is fuel. And it's generally good to have all of those flags hovering above a colonial marker. Of course, that's not always the case, but that's how I like to start each stream anyways. Now, let's look at the board. We have two outstanding missions, and boy, they're just outstanding. One at Ophion, and one at, what is that, Geminon? Yes, it sure is. So that certainly means the Gemini's fleet will see action. I'm not sure which fleet I'll send to deal with this. In terms of fleet updates, I should step over here to Erelon. This was one of the two colonies that did not have a Battlestar yet because their fleet officer was not a commander yet. Well, that has changed. Now the Bucharest which saw action last night, I might add. Now the Bucharest is the flagship of Fleet Group Erelon. So really, that only leaves one colony without a Battlestar in orbit, and that would be Libran. They're working on it, though. Truth be told, Fleet Group Libran just hasn't seen very much action in the big scheme of things. They've seen some, but just not enough to merit a promotion to commander for their CO. I think first and foremost we want to deal with the mission entitled Negotiations, or rather Negotiation. Oh dear, I made it plural in the video title. Oh well, I do believe I'll be forgiven. Plus, I think I can edit that. It's neither here nor there, though. So we'll deal with that. To that end, I want to check out Fleet Group Geminon and see who commands it and what it's comprised of. So the commanding officer of Fleet Group Geminon is Kirsten Daly. Daly or Daly, I guess. It depends on how I'm going to call her Daly, even though there's not an I in there. She's a combat engineer. That doesn't, in my opinion, really affect the makeup of her fleet. Sometimes If the commanding officer has a specialty that would sort of benefit certain styles of ships, I would of course allocate those ships to said fleet. But in the case of an engineer, not so much. Let's see what that fleet is composed of. The flagship is the Providence, an Artemis-class battlestar. It is supported... Oh, interesting. It is supported by a Janus cruiser called the Anher. Another Janus cruiser. This is interesting because I haven't used these ships in combat yet. They are missile cruisers. They're old, very old. They're a relic from the Imperial Wars between Virgon and Leonis, but they're Gemini's design, and that's why Fleet Group Geminon is boasting 2 of them? Yeah, 2 of them. Essentially, they're missile cruisers. Next up is the Usambara. Usambara. That's a frigate, essentially a destroyer. And the Set, also a frigate. The last 2 ships on the list are both corvettes. The Podgorica and the Asteria. In terms of crew veterancy, the 2 corvettes actually have very veteran crews. This is not to say that any of these ships have not seen action. They've all seen action. They're all manned by veterans. I'm not sure if this particular mission has any prerequisites. I suppose we'll find out. We'll have the Major go ahead and give us our mission briefing. Here goes.
Sir, I've just intercepted an encrypted message. I
patch it through.
To you.
Yes.
It's from the Cylon.
Just patch it through.
Peaceful negotiations with the operational commander of the Daedalus. No
That'd be
Admiral
me.
Kane. No members of Quorum. Send a proxy to the following coordinates at Geminon to facilitate these communications.
Why does the civilian here have to point out that this is clearly a trap?
Commander, normally I would agree with Sinan, but I can't shake the feeling that Klothos knows something that we don't, but clearly should. We're so far in the dark right now, we may as well be flying blind. We obviously tell our people to prepare for an ambush, but I think it's worth the risk for whatever information Klothos is prepared to share.
Hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Frankly, I think Klothos knows several things we don't know. For instance, how to change the rear tire on a 10-speed. She probably knows that. She's a computer. Rewards are almost 1,300 Tillium. 2,050 requisition points. That's hardy. An EMP mine blueprint. Coordinates are outside of Geminon's atmosphere. Klothos will be present and has consented to a Colonial Fleet proxy to establish direct communication with Daedalus. Fair enough. It's a quiet Friday night. I do not currently have any fleet officers. Honestly, I only had one, that was Mikey yesterday, who performed pretty damn well. One thing I was reminded of, I think he took armor piercers on a mission. And see, I wouldn't do that because I have this reluctance to branch out, this reluctance to try new things. So it quickly reminded me of the old days when we'd have several fleet officers, and sometimes they'd arm their ships with weapons that I was, in a sense, too afraid to try. I guess by saying that, I'm just going to go into this with traditional weaponry and ordnance. That's redundant, Otto. Anyhow, I believe that is the only mission I need to take care of. There is one more thing in the realm of housekeeping I want to see to. Although I believe I might have done this earlier today. I just haven't allocated the ships. I'm going to go through the fleets and see which fleets are in need of a couple extra ships, or an extra ship, or whatever. What fleet group is this? This is Leonis. Yes, I believe Leonis and Virgon both need an additional ship. Yep. Okay, so I've already done this. Those ships are under construction, aren't they? Yes, they are. I believe one of them's going to get a carrier, the other one's going to get a Janus cruiser. I'm not sure which is which, but I will decide that later. As for now, let's go ahead and end this turn and thereby begin the action at Geminon. Proceed. So we'll see if Commander Daly can handle this. We'll see if the Janus cruisers are worth a damn. And most importantly, we'll see what Klothos has to offer information-wise. Could we be looking at a turncoat Cylon? Could this mission finally reveal that Sinan Quaid is a turncoat? Or hasn't been completely honest with us? We'll find out. We might not find that out tonight. I don't know. Just kind of speculating here. The U-87 combat unit was the first Cylon created. It's a fun fact. There was a terrorist attack that had an arena in Caprica that where they first saw action. Kind of saved the day and really added to the popularity of Cylon models. But as that description mentioned, Cylons became popular throughout all facets of colonial life. We're going to go with Viper Mark IIs for the Providence, that is to say the flagship. Commander Daly's personal ship. Now, as for the Janus cruisers, I think we'll arm them each with one nuke, and otherwise they'll use guided munitions. The frigates, will keep those with guided munitions. The Carpathia is our support ship. And I think I'll go ahead and put a couple nukes on that. So, in total, we'll have 4 nuclear weapons at our disposal. The Podgorica and the Asteria are by default armed with torpedoes. Do I want to change that? No, that'll be fine. We'll have them run with torpedoes. Of course, that means they'll have to get up close. Now, let's deal with fleet positioning. We'll move the flagship. Let's go about middle ground. It's a risk, but a risk I'm willing to take. We'll have the Battlestar be as low as it can be. The Janus cruisers will kind of flank it, but also be behind it just a tad. Get these, it's gotta be perfect. Get them right there. As for the corvettes, we don't want them in front of the missiles, do we? For now, we'll have them go high. Again, flanking. Be about there. Close enough. The support ship kind of take to the rear. And lately, you know, I used to have corvettes kind of be a screening force in front. Anymore, I seem to put them on the flanks with the hopes of dividing the enemy forces, if at all practical. It is not indicating that we will need a Raptor, so that's good. This doesn't have to be a in-person meeting with Clothos. And I don't know if the ships in front of us are hostile or not. We'll find out what their IFF reading is here in a second. To that end, we will go ahead and begin our jump. Major, if you will count down.
Fleet group is jumping in 3, 2, 1. Dratus contact, sir. They're openly broadcasting Cylon IFFs. No hostile movements, but no sign of Clothos either.
Did she, did she say hostile IFFs? Well, whatever she said, I guess we'll find out. We do not have much of a cap, and that is a combat air patrol. Certainly our flagship has fighters, and it will go ahead and launch.
Launching alert Vipers.
And then our frigates will launch their fighter squadrons as well. And I think that'll be it. 4 fighter squadrons to defend the fleet. We'll just kind of hope that that'll do it. They want us to move up there. I gotta take a look at these Janus cruisers and determine where their guns are. Well, they've got forward-facing guns. And ventral guns. So, and that's it. That's all they got. And frankly, their accuracy isn't great. Damage isn't great either. These are truly missile ships. But since they do have so much on their belly, we're going to slow them down a little bit. There's no need for the Janus cruisers to go in.
Understood.
Close, if they're missile ships. So they will slow down and climb. The corvettes will move ahead and climb. Everything else, I believe, can stay as is, except that our Battlestar, the Providence, will kind of shoot out ahead.
So say we all.
Since it's going to go up there and take the brunt of the assumed enemy attack, I think we'll go ahead and add additional plating to our flagship using the support ship. Oh, I just kind of have to... Let's see, we'll add to the right side plating here. Hold on. Let's try that again. Deploy plating, right there. Starboard side.
Launching drones.
That'll do. We'll get a fighter escort for those corvettes since they are moving out ahead. I also believe I'll have them brake to the right. I also believe we'll have them essentially be our Raptors. They're going to scout. So assuming the fighters can catch up with them, so scratch that moving to the right. They'll go straight
Commander.
Towards the predetermined meeting place.
Yes, Commander.
Everything else can continue as is. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we'll slow down the frigates.
Yes, sir.
Commander Daly's really going to put herself out there. That is to say, she'll have the Battlestar lead the way in terms of the main fleet. We're also going to assign one of these fighter squadrons to defend the Janus cruisers and support ship. Honestly, if the support ship does not, if it doesn't accompany the Battlestar, it's gonna lose range in terms of adding plating to the Battlestar. Here goes. One, two, three, four, five, six. So there's 6 signatures on the Dratus. 7, 8, 9.
Commander, you are expected.
So are you. You're late, Clothos. I'm assuming that's going to be Clothos's. Clothos's? I believe that'll be her ship. Send one more fighter squadron with the corvettes. Now, how come there's not a fighter squadron? Have I not ordered a fighter squadron to accompany the corvettes yet? Defend target Artemis, defend target Adamant. What I might have done is issued, the fighter squadron that I ordered to defend the corvettes initially. I countermanded that order with an order to defend the Janus cruisers. So, my bad. Now we've got fighters attempting to catch up with the corvettes. Here goes.
We are being observed. Bring your proxy within shortwave range so that we can use more secure channels.
Receiving
Fine.
handshake protocols between the base star and our ship. It's heavy
Wow.
stuff. No one's
Yeah.
going to listen in on this conversation.
This is the first base star I've had the pleasure of interacting with. Have our corvettes slow down. Everything else can continue as is. Scratch that. We'll have the fleet start to turn to starboard. Start with the frigates and the Janus cruisers will follow. Main reason I want to do that is they'll climb too. But I'll keep them staggered just in case their missiles fire from the sides. Maybe a little lower. And if you can go a little higher, that'd be alright. Nope, you can't. So it's not alright. Here we go. I don't know if she needs my flagship within that radius or just any old ship. For now, we're going to operate under the assumption that it can be any old ship, and therefore the corvette should suffice.
Commander, your escalation of resistance must stop.
Is it serious? It actually expects us to roll over because it said so?
I am
I
the
have
first
orders,
of 3
Clothis.
IL models. We are the generals, the logic, the trinity of the Cylon, and I am humanity's only chance at continued survival. As
What do you
the
mean?
first of the IL, it is my purpose to perfect the Cylon form. To fulfill this divine mandate, I manufactured a war profitable to both our peoples.
Okay. Well, you're not wrong. A war economy is profitable to us. Certainly not in terms of lives. But I would also argue that the colonies are somewhat united, especially now that Marcus Thune is dead. Are the Cylon ships moving? Because it'd be interesting if they're trying to get inside that radius and listen in. Anyways, Clothos, you were saying?
Although it strives for peace, humanity is most prolific in conflict. New
Right?
technologies every day, domestic, military. What you invent, we integrate. Each iteration an evolutionary leap for my people.
Commander, you can't trust this robot. We're putting our people at risk for some Cylon evolutionary conspiracy that might as well be...
I am not here to attack your proxy. I require your cooperation, as you require mine. I seek negotiation. As a display of trust, I have diverted full control of my base star to the commander's console. My liberty is completely within your control.
I'm sorry, now what? Well, I don't trust the Cylon fleet behind you. I mean, she can tell them to stand down, but short of that, let's have the base star move closer to our fleet. Boy, it doesn't move very fast at all, does it? Can it use thrusters? No? No thrusters, okay. And that's as far as it can go, huh? Alright. Let's have it turn toward us, I suppose. Let's have it launch. So bizarre to say. Launch raiders. Launch all raiders. Weird. Gonna order this squadron to head back to these ships and defend them as well. The Battlestar will be protected by raiders and the two squadrons that are up there. I want this fleet to somewhat be staggered so it has clear missile fire. Are you still plating the dinner? Or rather, are you still plating the starboard side of the flagship? Yes, I guess they are. Let's have the support ship speed up. Let's have the Battlestar dive a little more. And she is trusting. Let's see what a base star has, guns-wise. Top and bottom, okay. Well, if that's the case, dive, I suppose. The Cylon fleet is not moving, it's standing still. We don't want to provoke them, so let's have our corvettes. Well, they'll break off to the left. Again, that way if the proverbial shit hits the fan, maybe we separate the Cylon fleet. I have no illusions but that this will lead to gunfire. Alright, Clothos, go on.
Commander, some of the
What?
Cylon forces are activating.
To minimize
Yeah, and they're
losses on both
firing.
sides, this system of conflict must be stabilized. Escalation will only lead to humanity's ruin. Admiral Kane's unbridled ambition risks all of...
Sir, the Cylons are attacking their own base star.
I see that.
Too late. Lachesis wakes. My fate remains in your hands. Until the FTL drive resets, my base star is under your control, Commander.
Sorry, did you say something about latchkey? At any rate, let's figure out what hostile elements we have on the board. It appears to be 2 revenants leading the way. Those are heavy, of course. And then there's one Corvette. Whatever this is, it's firing guided ordnance, I believe. But I also believe that our fighters should be able to take care of all those incoming missiles. I will, damn. Kick in the thrusters, have the Corvettes make a wide pass over onto the left flank. We will have the base star. It is just odd ordering a base star to do anything. We'll have it open fire on this closest revenant. I believe the base star is in the way of the Providence, so we'll have the Providence brake to the starboard. Maybe not so tight of a turn. 45-degree turn. Continue to dive. Let's check the range. Negative. Nothing in gun range. What if we fire our missiles at that revenant? Will we miss the base star? We'll have the base star nudge a little bit to the left. Where did I put those nukes? Here we go. We'll begin a nuclear operation. One of these Janus cruisers will fire a nuke at the closest revenant. And I believe this will work. As he's firing, we will deploy a Raptor carrying an additional nuke to that Janus. Can we do that? We can do that, right? Well, hell, we're gonna try it. Set our posture to condition 1 on both of the frigates' fire-guided missiles at that revenant. I would love to take that revenant out ASAP. Let's kill the thrusters on that Janus cruiser. Put us in an offensive posture, and it too will fire guided munitions. In fact, it'll fire everything it's got. The nuke and then 2 salvos of guided munitions. The second Janus cruiser will continue to climb. That will do, I suppose. Now this heavy raider, they can board. They can definitely board enemy ships, so let's order them to board, something easy. So I suppose the easiest one with the smallest crew would be the Nemesis. So let's do that. I hate to have them break off from missile interception, but we still have 3, maybe 4 squadrons dealing with that. At any rate, here we go. Come on, take out those missiles. Nice.
What are your orders, sir? We're so far off script here, I've got no idea what we're supposed to do.
I'm issuing the orders.
Very well. Deliver me from my executioners, and I will return to you the first of Sinon's miscreations.
Commander.
What?
How does it know Sinon?
Surprise.
The architect was responsible for much of our growth during the Capricorn Rebellion.
It's lying. Sinon couldn't. He designed the Jupiters specifically to destroy the Cylon.
Likewise, the architect is culpable for many of our deaths. Thousands of lives lost, on both sides.
You don't get to say that. Robots don't die. Robots are destroyed.
Death is death for all of God's creatures. There is no reincarnation, no reversion. A Centurion destroyed is a Cylon murdered.
Yeah, and hold your tongue, Major. I have no doubt that Sin and Quaid, he's been helping the Cylons. I mean, come on. Oh, we've been plating the starboard side of this Battlestar, not the port side. So it truly needs to turn around. Okay, so we'll have it. Guess we'll have it dive. We'll have it put its guns on the closest revenant. Put it into condition 1.
Action stations.
And fire those missiles. How about our nuke? Where's it headed? Did we not fire the nuke? Yes, we did. I believe that's it. That's it. Okay, and it's reloading, so that worked okay? That worked okay. Alright. The fleet can continue as is. We haven't identified any further ships. They are launching raiders. We need to intercept those. The Cylon Centurions have boarded the Cylon ship. So that's good. Oh, you guys can stop defending the... Well... Yeah, I need our fighter squadrons to attack those incoming fighters.
Yes, sir.
So stop defending our ships. As crazy as that frickin' sounds. Frackin' sounds. Frick. One of the fighter squadrons defending the main fleet can break off and intercept. Another fighter squadron, anyways. We need to ID these squadrons. How much damage has the base star taken? I don't even know where its rear is. Let's just keep it spinning. Can it go into defensive? System processes. Oh, it can boost thrusters. Well, okay. Command wasn't where I expected it to normally find it. It needs to, yeah, let's bring up the strength. This is so different for me. And lock that in. Because that's going to be damage reduction. Could we also bring up the armory? Because that'll have our boarding party perform better, I suppose. And can we boost thrusters? Well, no. No, we can't without forfeiting what I just attempted to do. Okay. So, done.
Distribution complete.
Alright. I kind of think if we just keep this thing spinning, it should take damage to areas other than the rear. And I believe this, on the circle, the little... Yeah, I see which way it's facing now. Okay, that should be fine. We need to stop at the plating on the one side and start adding plating. Can you add plating to the base star? No, I guess not. Add plating to the port side. I think that'll do. Let's check the damage of these enemy ships. That Revenant has taken a lot of damage to its front. This one not so much. In terms of the small arms action aboard this Corvette. Oh wow, so boosting the boarding party really did work. And quite well. I'll see what becomes of it, but for now I believe it's working. It's working. Corvettes are starting to take a little fire. I imagine that's from the Revenant. They'll keep their turn happening. They'll keep their thrusters on.
Yes, sir.
And essentially what they're going to do is they're going to come back and try to knock out whatever that is. That'll be their standing orders. I think that should suffice. It's going to be a little bit until we have more missiles available. And besides, I want to see what will happen with our first salvos here. I know I have another Janus cruiser capable of firing. We'll continue to have it climb.
Understood.
But it might hold off. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and fire some guided ordnance.
Yes,
that Revenant there put us into condition 1. And let's see what we see. Shit.
Sir, Sinan is AWOL. We can't locate him aboard Daedalus.
Leave him unharmed, Commander. Allow me your architect, and I will give you the Galactica and what remains of its crew.
It's
Deal.
not the Galactica? What about my sister? You fracking toaster. Is Samantha Agathon alive?
Helena,
Your
shut up.
lieutenant's
You're not
line of
helping.
questioning is inconsequential.
Commander,
Oh, she's
if
a
that
lieutenant?
thing has hurt Sam, I swear I will personally hunt it down and scrap it for parts.
Stand down, Agathon. Alright, so the base star is getting hacked. What's happening with the boarding parties? Okay, they're screwing up that ship's tech bay, and that ship's trying to hack, so that's great. That works. The thing almost seems like it's about to ram. We need to take it out. This is a mess. What that means is that this is a war driver squadron that needs to be eliminated ASAP.
Understood.
Because we just wasted a whole hell of a lot of missiles. And I believe more will be wasted. I think the entire volley should likely miss. Therefore, they can't deflect guns. Get the Battlestar's guns. Its left side is getting torn up. So turn to the port. Dive. Keep weapons fixed on that nearest Revenant. We're almost able to fire more missiles, but we need fighter dominance before we can get away with that. Otherwise, they're just going to turn them around. And they are launching a hell of a lot of fighters. And in a way, do we have one fighter squadron still protecting the Corvettes? No, we didn't. Okay. Kill your thrusters, turn hard to starboard. Prepare a torpedo mission on that rear target. In fact, go ahead and fire those now. I know we're not close enough to guarantee a hit, but we're gonna try anyways. It truly seems like this Revenant is going to ram the Baystar. If that's the case, there's just not a lot I can do about that.
So say we all.
I mean, put your guns on that Revenant. Everything needs to put down that Revenant. We have a nuke out, and I'm truly afraid that that War Driver Squadron is going to redirect the nuke. There's no sense in firing additional missiles yet, not while there's War Drivers. But let's see what these missiles do. Whatever they do, I'm sure it'll be disheartening. Even if they just slip off into space somewhere. But the fear is that they're going to target, they're going to turn right back on the Battlestar or something. We'll find out. I also want to see what these torpedoes from the Corvettes do.
Missiles incoming!
Holy shit, they redirected them at the Battlestar.
Artemis is taking damage.
The nuke! They redirected that nuke right back into the Providence. Is the Providence even alive? I cannot issue it orders. So I believe we just lost our flagship. Should mean Commander Daly is dead. The Baystar has missiles back online. That Revenant sure as hell is attempting to ram it. Just hit it with everything you got. Baystar, I'm afraid you are our flagship right now. As crazy as that sounds. I can't fire additional missiles. Not with those War Drivers up. Our fighters need to kill the War Drivers. Today. But we are so outnumbered in terms of fighter strength at this point. Since this is a story mission, if I lose, they force me to replay it.
Understood.
Wonder if those torpedoes hit. I don't even know what they're attacking, so I can't get a status report on it. The best they can do at this juncture is dive and put fire on it.
Yes, Commander.
There is nothing else I can do. Not a damn thing. Alright. We'll see if, Hey, Rob, how you doing this evening? Good to see you, my friend. Got some, we've had some interesting developments, and they're not in our favor.
Squadron has gone dark. IFF confirms unit is hostile.
Did I miss? Yes, I did miss something. I missed the Revenant. Oh no, the Revenant did not ram into it. It broke to the starboard. Well, okay, so As it stands, this is probably their flagship. The torpedoes definitely did hit it. This ship, the Asteria, is about to be boarded. This is all going to end up being a fever dream because I don't think we're going to win this. Got missiles coming in. It would be best to go into defensive posture until we have missiles loaded and ready.
Cruiser on standby.
Because the one Corvette is about to be boarded, the other one's about to be hit by a salvo, or maybe actually by the looks of it, they're targeting the one that they're boarding. That's what's happening there. Of course, we've ordered Centurions to board this Corvette, and they are winning the fight on the Corvette. Its tech bay is in tatters, so it's not hacking anymore. So the Klothos, that Cylon that we've communicated with a few times, to give it a gender, she is aboard this base star. This is her base star. She wanted to negotiate with us, but the rest of the Cylons were having none of it. I thought they were there to support her, but they turned on her. She's offered us quite a bit. And so we're defending her, but not very well. Not very well at all. Our navigation systems are down. We need to repair navigation.
System
the
repairs
thing is,
underway.
I don't even know how to control Cylon ships. It's very different. They can, instead of posture, they have system processes. Right now I have engineering and armory up. That way she can eat up some damage, but she's not dishing out a lot of damage. She's got all of her raiders out.
Distribution complete.
But they're not doing very well. I don't believe. And the biggest problem really is that they had 2 war driver squadrons that I ignorantly mistook for regular squadrons. And this fleet, the fleet group Geminon, has Janus cruisers, which are missile ships for sure. But what good are missiles when they can not just deflect them, but redirect them right into our own ships, which is what happened to the flagship. If I can just get confirmation that this last war driver squadron is destroyed, then we can fire additional nukes. But until that point, we're on our heels, for sure. I didn't even see that Corvette. Not that it totally matters. It's just a Corvette, but we have a squadron back here protecting the Janus cruisers, but at this point, they better head off after that war driver squadron as well. Forget ship defense. We need to be all in on offense, I'm afraid. At least that's my guess. Everything the support ship did is for naught because the nuke took care of what it was trying to support. Let's add... I don't know, just add plating to whatever's close, which is going to be that. At least I know it'll happen quickly due to proximity. This is worse than bad. Are you in defensive? Yes, I did that first. Okay, we'll just see what happens this round.
Centurions have boarded one of our ships.
I don't doubt it. Okay, what is the situation with the Cerebus? She's starting to take internal damage. We have one more round till torpedoes are reloaded. This ship is boarded and the Cylons are going after the tech bay. It needs to be on full defensive posture. I don't know why it's only on like half-assed defensive posture, but we'll switch that to full. What about the war drivers? Have they been eliminated? Yes, they have been eliminated, I believe. Now it's just, yeah. It's a clusterfuck. Singing yeah when you fucked us up. It's a lot of raiders. It's a ridiculous amount of raiders. I shouldn't say ridiculous amount, but it is 5 squadrons. And they're currently up against 2 Raider squadrons that are allied and 2 Viper squadrons. I have 1 coming into relief, but I think that's it. I think that's all the fighters we have. I'm even wondering what the hell I will do next time that would alleviate some of this. I honestly don't know. I suppose figure out where those war drivers are and get rid of those first. And assuming that those are gone, you know what? I gotta get into... I need to get into ship captain mode. That's what I need to do. Did you maybe need a bigger fleet, or is this a restricted mission? I've got the max fleet. Best I could do is put in an alternate fleet that maybe doesn't have two Corvettes. You know, maybe has something stronger. But honestly, the Corvettes are hanging in there. They're doing what they should be doing. If they were fighter carriers, I suppose, you know, if I had fighter dominance, this would be a different fight, I think. But alas, we play the hand we dealt ourselves. Yes, it would be better, I think. But you've probably already noted that I tend to try to see him through. That said, the Baystar is almost out of the fight, and if Klothos is destroyed, that's our primary, so I think that would be mission over. But I was just thinking, I need to get myself into captain mode. I need to forget about the whole fleet and just start focusing on, well, what would these captains do? I think the captain of this Janus would go ahead, see that... You know what I'm saying? As the captain of the Anhur, I would say this fight's not over. Load a nuke, get it fired on that Revenant ASAP. And let's hope that this time that nuke doesn't get turned around on us. Let's have the other Janus follow their lead, fire a nuke at this Cerebus.
Nuclear strike prepared.
Then there's regular guided ordnance. Let's fire that too. Oh hell, I didn't see him sneaking up on us. It won't take much ordnance to knock him out, so... I mean, it will. It might take 4 salvos, but we've got that. We've got our 4 salvos for him. If that doesn't do it... Yeah. The question is, do I add a 5th salvo just to assure the matter? But he is just a Corvette. I think I might go with the idea that that'll do it. The frigate will fire missiles at the Revenant just in case the nuke doesn't do it alone. The other frigate will fire at we'll fire at that Cerebus. So my hope is that we have enough munitions going out that will destroy that Corvette, destroy that Revenant, and put a big dent in this one. And now, can these fire yet? No. Next turn. Next turn they'll be able to. Fighters I'm going to leave to their own discretion. They can engage whatever they think is best at this point. Sometimes that's the best move. It certainly alleviates micromanaging. Here we go. Truth is, I'm assuming we lose the base star here the next round.
Sustained incoming, vector 4-5.
Okay, I don't see much different happening this round. I do know that these Janus cruisers have guns on their belly and guns on the front. In terms of those belly guns, put them on that. On that, just in case. In terms of this ship, the Simbara, put your guns on the closest target. And this one cannot possibly be in gun range, so forget that. He'll just have to wait till he's got more missiles. This is very much a missile fleet, so that I'm starting to realize that it's becoming a bit of a conviction that the war driver squadrons were the thing that really screwed us up here. Switch the posture of the corvettes to offensive. Fire torpedoes at that closest enemy ship. Posture. I hate to change posture when you've got boarding parties aboard, but so be it. That might be enough to do in that Cerebus. This ship, it's just damage in the front, really. Otherwise, it's fine. Now, where was the enemy ship that we had boarded? Here it is. Here it's Centurion versus Centurion. The boarding party is winning. But that's a long bleed out is really all that is. We're taking out their tech bay. Navigation seems to be what will follow. Yep, it'll be a while until we take out their CIC. If the Cylons even refer to their control center as that. I think the Janus takes a while to reload. Got both nukes out. And as for our mission objective, yeah, it's gonna keep on spinning because it really can't move far. It does have missiles ready. Well, use them. There's really no reason not to. Let's see, that's got a nuke inbound, but it may not be enough, so put one salvo there. Oh, we kind of have an extra salvo here. I think that'll be enough missiles to destroy the enemy corvette. I don't know what these two ships are. I wish I did. Okay, hold on to your missiles. Not that I'm assuming, and I shouldn't, that the base star will still be alive next round. Let's find out. I'll do a wide shot. Nuke's about to hit this. Nice, nice. So it did take it out. How about the Cerebus? It's hanging on. I do think the corvettes can eliminate it with their guns. Oh, hell, he's overshot it. No, not necessarily.
Understood.
Not necessarily. He can still hit it with his forward gun. But since he's boarded, unfortunately, you gotta go back into defensive. The other one, no, it doesn't necessarily need to go into defensive. The dogfight. All I can say is we're still outnumbered with that. Make sure the Janus's guns are on targets beneath them. And preferably the same target so we can get some combined fire on it. This really likely has no choice but to, no, it could hit either one of those ships, especially if it makes a turn to port. So we'll do that, and it will also target that. This one, not so much. It needs to get closer to have an impact. What do I want to see? I guess I want to see if we can take out this Cerebus. I keep wanting to call it the Cerestes. And as I look at this, I'm also going to be kind of looking back at this guy. Because he should be out of the equation here in a second. Then it's a matter of identifying those other two ships that are heading towards our main fleet. Most importantly, I want to see what happens with this Cerebus.
Subsystem repairs are complete.
Cerebus is still in the fight. 16. Yeah, that boarding is just so damn slow. I didn't catch it, but that Corvette got taken out, and that's a good deal. Looks like he fired missiles in the process, but they just kind of scattered. These ships will dive, keep their guns on the one ship that we're attempting to target here, which unfortunately is the further of the two, but I think that's fine. We don't have any missiles queued up yet on any ships that I'm aware of, except the Base Star still got one salvo. But honestly, I feel like they had better direct that salvo at this Cerebus. What happened to the nuke that was heading to that Cerebus? Oh, there it is. There it is. And if they may be trying to shoot it down, but at the same time, we still have fighters in the area, so it may very well slip through. I think my focus should probably be on the Cerebus. And while I kind of want to put this in defensive, on the other hand,
Yes,
it
sir.
needs to destroy the Cerebus. If we lose a Corvette in exchange for a Cerebus, that's a fair deal. That's more than fair. It's a generous deal on the part of the Cylons.
Keep your target locked and watch for clearance.
Come on. There's the nuke. There goes one Cerebus. Do we have an ID on these ships yet? No. And until we get fighter support, we gotta get closer with our big ships then. We need to ID these things. I mean, we can hit them with our guns nonetheless, but which we're doing.
So say we all.
Where's our support ship? This is sad. I kind of forgot about it. And it's heading for greener pastures. Let's have it come about and start sailing back in anticipation of loading another nuke into one of these ships. In fact, it could probably do that. No, because if it does that with one of these ships, it's going to replace their munitions. I'd rather have them get back here to one of the Janus cruisers. That was a pretty big oversight. Oh, the Base Star's in bad shape. But what's new? Fire missiles at that. Meanwhile, I don't want to turn into the guns of the Revenant. It's actually, I rarely want to use my rear dorsal guns on the Corvettes, but I think that's what's kind of got to happen here. Tech bay needs repaired. It's off doing its normal bus run. What the hell was that? I'm not out of batteries. Okay, maybe I'm out of batteries. Well, why's my controller still lit up? I think the Cylons have hacked our controls. Oh, damn it. Okay. Sorry, folks. Stand by. I gotta scrounge up some more batteries, apparently. No, hell. Losing the Battlestar was huge. I mean, if it were still in the fight, the amount of firepower it could add to this would be very consequential. Alright. Cylons are taking control of the console. I would not be surprised at this point. Let's see. The Asteria is the... Yeah, that's what we want. This one. Nope, I already gave that order. Do I have orders issued to everybody? Is that pretty much the situation? I think I do. Yeah. Okay. We really need to identify those, but I don't think I can have fighters break off yet. Soon, very soon they can. You are attacking him, right? No, you're losing. But yeah, you are attacking him. I mean... Here we go. We're gonna break off this Raider squadron. Have him attempt to identify one of these. And that'll do it. Two missiles, I don't think that's gonna do anything.
Manticore is taking damage.
Okay, so those might both be light carriers. And that's good. That's great. I don't think this Janus is firing because the other one's in its way. So let's have him try to scoot over. We'll have him... I don't really want to dive.
Yes, sir.
Let's see if that makes a difference. But either way, turn your guns on that last remaining ship there. Everybody put your guns on him. And if you got missiles, let's use them. No, he's unidentified. What am I thinking? Still, you got missiles? Let's use them. Let's use them on something
Yes,
we
Commander.
can't hit. which would be that last remaining Cerebus. We don't have nukes, not yet. Not until our support ship gets back.
Yes, Commander.
Let's fire everything at the Cerebus.
Missile tubes prepped.
How about torpedoes on the corvettes? Yep, good to go. Fire those at the Cerebus. Even if you're in defensive posture. Actually, the boarding party is whittled down to 1 Centurion, and we still have 105 Marines, so let's get back into condition 1. Let's fire our torpedoes at that Cerebus.
Missiles on their way.
We knock it out. The base star is, like, the damage it's taking is kind of leveled off. That is to say, until that Revenant gets back in gun range. When that happens, we're in trouble. That would suck, because I feel like we might be digging ourselves out of a hole here. And so, yeah, that would be a... that would do it, though. Alright.
Manticore is taking damage.
Watch out, asteroid. This closest Janus is taking a lot of fire. It might just be from a light carrier, though, so I am actually going to leave him in attack posture. And yeah, we'll turn in and with the intention of taking on that Revenant next. Well, that was a lot of wasted missiles, because those torpedoes really tore up that Cerebus, so we've got all sorts of wasted missiles coming in. Corvettes need to come about and start to put fire on that Revenant, even if the Corvette's
So
risking
say we all.
the integrity of their ship at this point. What is going on this one? The boarding party is winning, but not by much anymore. And in fact, that ship is ready to fire missiles again. And the overlooked ship sometimes gets in a good hit. Even if it's a low guy. Where's our support ship? Support ship is not going to be able to add to this. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
Manticore is taking damage.
I know it is.
Missiles incoming.
If you think I'm worried about a Corvette at this point, you're mistaken. Can you take out that last Cylon aboard? How's the boarding party 98 now? What did they do? Land war? They did. They landed another wave of Centurions on that Corvette. Well, that Corvette is screwed then. Defensive posture? I guess. Wow, okay, the other Corvette. Protect the base star. With your lives, if necessary. The Cerebus is about to lose it. I think we've lost our fighter squadrons. We have one fighter squadron remaining. And he's in there tangoing with raiders, so he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. This was indeed a light carrier. I cannot target it, so it must be dead. It just doesn't know it yet. Support ship, if you're close enough, go ahead and launch that, launch a Raptor with a nuke, please. Not close enough. Not close enough. Next turn. It's always next turn. So, they lose the Cerebus this turn. That leaves them with 2 remaining ships. The big one is the Revenant. The other one is the Nemesis Corvette. Which, really, we should have taken that down. I should never have boarded it with any hopes of... I suppose I just wanted to see what it would do, and I thought that it might do something more than it is doing. But there's no reason not to take out Nemesis-class Corvettes quick. And I didn't. The Janus cruisers need to hit their thrusters, which still they're not. Still, their speed's not going to be impressive. But that is indeed what they need to do. We'll get our frigates moving over here ASAP. Get there fast. And by over here, I mean over to the base star to protect it. Pull up right in front of it if you can. How is the base star doing? Still, its damage is kind of leveled out. It has missiles available. Let's deal with these system processes. We unlock these. So bizarre. Can we not get over to the other side? Okay, so that's not really what I wanted to do. Ah, here it is. Okay, so we go to fire control. And that's as high as we can get that, yeah? Hold on. No, there has to be a... So I take armory down, maybe? And then come over here to fire control, and I wish I understood this. Bring engineering down as well? I mean, what? Take navigation down? Maybe it has to be on this. Oh, good enough. Good enough. Fire your missiles, damn it. Yeah, that's all we can do with fire control, because I think fire control's damage is what truly what the problem is. So we can't repair fire control because that will take it offline. So with no alternatives, just fire. Fire at the Revenant, because it's what's gonna kill you, Clothos. Changed the batteries in my thermometer, and I chuckled when I saw the AAA batteries name brand was large. Large. I've never heard of large batteries. And yet I have. But not a brand name. Well, I think we just kind of go with what's going on. There, yep,
Manticore's
so their carrier's gone. Their Cerebus is gone. One of our Corvettes is gone. But look, I mean, this Corvette is... It's taking the fire from the Revenant, which sadly, that's kind of good enough right now. Because whatever he's firing at the Corvette, he is not firing at the base star. And the base star has yet to take a hit for the last few rounds, anyways. Okay, support ship, can you get that nuke It's not going to matter. I can tell that already. But get that nuke to one of these Janus. Yes, that
Supply
one's
raptors
fine.
are ready.
Whichever one. Like I said, it's likely inconsequential. Let me stop one turn until we can fire our guided missiles. Same with our frigates.
Yes, Commander.
So, if we prevail, this is a tough day for Fleet Group Gemini. No, actually, you don't want to start making a turn yet. You just want to... Let's focus on that Corvette and get close. All right. Unless you can fire torpedoes, that's it. You cannot, so that's it.
IFF confirms unit is hostile. Manticore is taking damage.
I know it. I know it, but it's got the Revenant's forward guns aimed at it. It's going to do something drastic now. Switch to offensive posture and fire torpedoes just for this one round. If you survive, you can get back into a defensive posture. I don't think you're going to survive, though. These ships can kill their thrusters, get into condition 1, and fire guided ordnance at the Revenant. Same with the other frigate. Offensive posture. Fire missiles at the Revenant. Janus cruisers. Waiting for their nuke. Let's get into offensive posture.
Action stations ready.
Fire at the... boy, I wonder if we put enough into the Revenant. I think we might have.
Understood.
So fire at the Nemesis class. We'll put at least 3 salvos into the Nemesis. And I think I'll add the one more salvo to the Revenant. How's the base star doing? Yep, it's being targeted again. They're... Oh, if it blows up now.
Manticore is taking damage.
Come on, destroy that Revenant. You have to, you have to.
Manticore, down!
Shit.
Missile tubes prepped.
This is... wow. What is that? That's ours. It's a Raider squadron. They have... Are they about to board the base star? Is that what's going on? Yeah, they're attempting to. Stop that boarding
Squadron target
party.
is confirmed.
Fortunately, I don't think a base star is going to be there when they try to land on it. It's good to look at the silver lining. Base star has strong armor on the left if you can maneuver. Yes. He can't go far, but he can spin. No, I need to figure out where its front is. So it needs to spin this way. That'll probably be the best I can do. Unfortunately, I'm showing him the rear for a second. But if we can get its left side facing, thanks for the heads up on that. Man, that is so unfortunate that the Revenant has now. And he's so close to being gone, and those missiles are so close to hitting him. It's just it's a timing thing. Let's see. Come on, come on, come on. He stopped firing. I don't know why, I don't care why, but I'll take it. We got incoming missiles toward the base star. You guys both need to defend the base star. I don't care if it's been boarded. I see that it probably has been boarded. Has it? No, not yet. I don't know why they're taking their time. But we'll let them board the base star. I'd rather have the missiles taken out, and the base star can continue to turn. Which way is it facing now? It's the problem with ships like that. I can't even tell where its front is. Well, I suppose... I think that'll do it. I think that'll bring our left side facing the missiles. I don't know if it'll complete the turn in time. The boarding party is just a waste of time. I'd have been better served having that heavy raider just dogfight, even though I doubt it's very good at it. Raptors aren't very good at it either, but sometimes they pull out a surprise, you know. Well, I gotta look at this. This kind of takes priority. Are these missiles going to hit the base star? Come on, take them out, take them out. All of them would be great. Close enough! Yes.
Your efforts in securing my personal safety have been satisfactory, Commander.
Satisfactory.
Do not pursue Sinon. We shall return the crown jewel of Colonial Fleet in return for its creator's freedom. I have use for the shipbuilder.
Daedalus security confirms that Sinan has fled. He took one of our raptors and jumped during the conflict. That didn't go as quietly as we'd have liked. We'll just have to hope Kane agrees that a trader for the Galactica is a good trade.
So Sinon Quaid, it's been confirmed he's a traitor. Klothos confirmed it. Klothos also confirmed that she is one of 3 Cylon models, designed to be quote-unquote generals. I think she said generals instead of admirals. She also mentioned Lachesis or something as another general, and basically, once the Cylons turned on us, she said something like Lachesis does not approve of what's going on, or Lachesis is awakened, or something like that. Commander Daly is dead. I don't know if I have a replacement from Geminon. I might. At any rate, here's the replay. I'm gonna go cry and then maybe dip my head in the toilet. I'll be right back. A swirly.
Escort Priority 1 still online.
Escort clear zone is intact. Priority 1 is in safe hands.
One more thing on the replay front. Press that for controls. Hide the cameras, or hide the UI. I think I need to see the Providence. I know it showed it, but it was too busy showing some of the other action that was going on. Besides, the cameras jump around so much on the replay that sometimes these long shots are a little easier to discern. Fleet turning off to the starboard, Battlestar going right in, because I really wanted to use its guns. It's also diving to get into position. This first volley, we had enough fighters in the air at that point to intercept it completely. Now here comes a big volley of missiles. That last one is a nuke. But here comes the War Driver Squadron. It swoops right in.
I can't knock out the Cylon interference.
Yep, there it is. And then I just had my fingers crossed that the nuke wouldn't suffer the same fate, but in a roleplay sense, the commanders of these two Janus cruisers, I kind of give them credit where I said, like, nah, the commander of this cruiser, and specifically the Anher, is kind of like, we can still win this, you know, we need to try, kind of deal. Whereas imagine other fleet captains might have been saying, let's get the hell out of here. And by the skin of our teeth, really. That was close. That was very, very close. Anyways, let's back out of the replay mode. And that'll do it. Wow. Commander Daly and her crew gave their lives for a chance to end this long war. That is true. And Lord's a Cobalt keeper. So say we all. So say we all. Right on, Rob. Awesome, I appreciate you, man. Wow. I wonder if I have another fleet officer from Gemini to take command of what's left of that. I say what's left, but there are still 2 Janus cruisers in that fleet. And that's something. It'll need reinforced, of course. And a horse is a horse. EMP mine unlocked. Let's check our officers. We're looking for somebody from Gemini. Liebern. These are the unassigned lieutenant colonels. Toron. Scorpia. And that's it. However, what about one of our supply fleets? And luckily, luckily, we just don't know yet. Supply fleets are going to be way up there in the numbers. It's like 355, 400, and 455. Scorpia, Pycon, and Canceron. So no. Can we pull somebody in? Leonis, Toron, Virgon, Caprica. So no. Negative. Well, over time, we'll find somebody from Gemini that can step up. For now, unfortunately, I think what we need to do is move Helios Alpha supply fleet to Geminon. Begin your jump there. And you will escort the Gemini's fleet back to Ragnar. In fact, let's go ahead and jump to Kokolis. And so too will the remnants of that fleet. It's not much of an escort because it's a supply convoy heading to help defend it. But once they get to Kokolis, maybe we'll swap out some ships. I hate to leave support ships on their own, but I'm thinking the warships will team up with. Oh well, without a commander, they can't take on a lot. But we'll see what we can do about getting that fleet back to Ragnar in one piece. And as for Geminon, sorry, you're on your own until we can get another fleet out there to protect you. But I'm not going to leave half a fleet there to defend a colony. It's pointless. As soon as the Cylons jump in, they'll jump away anyways. So might as well just come back at full strength. On that note, I think that we should, no, we don't need a Battlestar yet. Now that I think about it, because we don't have a commander for it. Let's just see how, well, let's save. And let's see how this jump goes. Might be ambushed at Kokolis.
Detected a Cylon escort fleet, sir. A fortified colony is under attack.
We were not ambushed at Kokolis. This is going to be Fleet Group Pycon. They're going to swat away this Cylon fleet.
A fortified colony is under attack.
This is going to be Fleet Group Caprica. They will... I'm sorry, I need to stop calling these fleet groups, because now they have a Battlestar at the helm. This is Battlestar Group. Battlestar Group Caprica. Swat away those Cylons. So Sinon Quaid is up there by Vergon. We can postpone that because Vergon needs another ship before I have any confidence about them. In fact, their fleet looks completely insufficient to handle this, so it might take more than just an additional ship. So at any rate, we're going to postpone that. Kokolis turned out not to be an ambush. With that in mind, there's no need to combine the fleets or anything. They can go ahead and jump to Helios Gamma, jump to Sagittarion, because that's where the most powerful fleet is in that sector. And that will apply to both the supply fleet. In fact, now I'm wondering why I sent the supply fleet at all. I guess just to protect them at Kokolis, so... so they can turn around. Unless I'm gonna butcher that fleet, but I don't... Yeah, cancel that jump. Reschedule a jump back into Helios Alpha. Your job is complete. You really only need to escort him as far as Kokolis. With your support ships. But go to Pycon, because you want to be where the biggest fleet is. Fleet Group Geminon. We'll jump to Sagittarion. And from there on out, they're safe. So, we also have this mission. I want to go ahead and tackle it before I close out the stream. I need to decide what fleet should handle this. And the weird thing is, I'm tempted to have Fleet Group Libran do this because they need promotions. They need experience. They need a Battlestar. But I need to find out what that fleet group has, if they're even capable of doing this. I mean, their flagship is a frigate. I should have at least sent them a cruiser at some point, but I didn't. Seriously, they have a support ship in their normal combat lineup? And another support ship? Yeah, they've got 2 support ships. One of them in lieu of a combat ship. What can they field fighter-wise? 1 squadron, 2 squadron. 2 squadrons. I don't think they can do that. I don't think they're cut out for it without getting some newer ships. I want to keep Fleet Group Sagittarion where it is in order to protect the incoming fleet from Geminon, and so I believe that leaves us with Fleet Group Scorpia. I'm sorry, Battlestar Group Scorpia. Let's find out what that one's all about. It is commanded by... it was commanded by somebody else, but I transferred her. I moved her to Ragnar. Not to be in charge at Ragnar. She's got a desk job. She's been replaced by Amy Willett, who worked her way up to commander pretty damn quick while she was in charge of the supply fleet. Why? Because she's a CAG, whereas her predecessor was a technologist. I will demonstrate why I would rather have a air group commander, air group, in charge of that fleet. Well, it's because, let's see, you got 2 squadrons there, 3 squadrons there, 3 squadrons there. I say 3, but let's just talk Vipers. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She has 10 fighter squadrons, 2 Raptor squadrons. So that is why I wanted that commander to be capable in terms of fighters. We will have her begin her jump to Ophion. We will also get a briefing. Get a briefing on Ophion. And other than that, let me see if that fleet has a supply ship. No, they do not. But we do this right, we don't need a supply ship, because this will be fighters. This will be squadrons. She'll keep her fleet away from the action, hopefully. Actually, what am I talking about? There's a supply fleet right there. So yeah, let's transfer the Tempest to Battlestar Group Scorpia. Now I'm even more confident in this battle. Tentatively, the supply group will jump away from Scorpia, and they'll jump to Libra to at least be somewhat protected by Fleet Group Libra. I think that ought to do it. Let's end turn. Oh, I guess I could unlock the blueprints for the EMP. EMP mind? I mean, I don't know if I'll ever use these, but there they are. I figure I might as well unlock them. Last thing I want to do before ending turn is get a briefing on this strike fleet. Okay, I'm familiar with this type of mission. It's essentially just destroy the Cylon fleet.
Cylon
When is it
forces have been
not?
provoking the military here. No civilians are present, so maximum force is encouraged.
We'll get 500 Tillium, 500 requisition points, which pays for half of those EMP, so that's good. Let's see if Commander Willett can do this. Oh, actually, one more order of business. Need to see if any fleet needs repairs. Yes, so I'm glad I did that. Fleet Group Caprica. Battlestar Group Caprica. Alright, there we go.
Cylon's strike group has been detected.
Actually, I guess I would call it Battlestar Group 84 from Scorpia. Is gonna go ahead and do this. Save again, why not? Yeah, that's right, 294 saves. Save much? Here we go. Come on, Commander Willett. Do better than we just did, please. And then next time we'll go after Quaid. And hopefully kill him. I don't see no reason why we shouldn't. He can die a traitor's death. What we found out is, well, I kind of already knew, but he's been designing the Cylon ships. However, there's a distinct difference with the Cerebus class that we're starting to see. That's where it really diverges from Sinon Quaid's designs. It's, obvious that the Cylons were relying heavily on his designs. I mean, great, right? Automated ships, or at least, Cylons operating them in defense of humans might have been the initial idea. But Cylons have evolved, and I think with the Cerebus, we're seeing the first sign of them, and the Base Star, of course. We're seeing the first sign of them designing things independently. So do we really want this many Viper squadrons, or do we want to add Raptors, Assault Raptors to this mix? And I think we do. I'm only seeing 4 marks. That could be an illusion, but that's all we're seeing. So, let's add more assault squadrons. We'll have them launch from these light desert carriers, the Ra and the Arazu. That'll give us a bomber wing, as it were, or an assault wing of 4 Assault Raptor squadrons. That leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Viper squadrons. The Onward is the flagship. That's Commander Willett's flagship. It is supported by 2 Atlas carriers, the Hyperion and the Iapetus. We've seen another ship named the Iapetus. That's her old flagship, or actually her predecessor's old flagship, the Fearless, which is a frigate. The Ligarian is the other frigate, and the Arazu and the Ra are light carriers, and support ship's going to be the Tempest. We're going to give you a couple nukes. Actually, we'll just give you 1 nuke. Because if there's really only 4 Cylon ships out here, granted I don't know what class they are, I think a couple nukes ought to do it. I mean, if they jump in reinforcements, that's a different story. Now, Willett does not want to get close. That's not her intention. It's not her playbook. Not in her playbook. I think I want to invert the formation. I believe she wants the Battlestar facing the enemy and the rest kind of shielded by it. And we'll put the support ship just over here. And honestly, I think we really, I mean, now that these frigates are not so much flagships as much as they are playing the part of destroyers, we'll have them lead the way. That way they have a clear field of fire in terms of their guided ordnance. And that should do. They are lower than us, so we're going to have to get low, but we're also going to turn away. So it's a matter of, if they can even catch us. We're kind of not, we're intending not to be caught anyways. Very much a carrier action, as it were. Alright, Lieutenant. Count it down. We can begin our jump right now. Well, how about now?
Fleet group is jumping in 3, 2, 1. Dratus contacts. All marks are hostile.
Copy that. Launch all Vipers. Launch all squadrons.
Yes, sir. Launching
Willett
alert
has
vipers.
received word that she needs to be careful that the nukes don't get turned
Yes,
on
Commander.
her. To which she probably chuckles and says, I think I have enough fighters
Launching
to
fighters.
prevent that from happening. Ordering her CAG to go ahead and look for war driver squadrons and hit them first and hard.
On it, Commander.
Speaking of hard, we'll do a hard turn to starboard with the entire fleet. And I think for now, just the frigates will start to turn. The rest will follow suit in ensuing rounds. Just to be safe, we will start to deploy plating to the Battlestar. Because if they start to catch up with us, the Battlestar will, it'll turn, and
Launching
serve as a
drones.
rear guard, but I don't anticipate that happening. Now, if they have Cerestays class, not Cerebus, but the fighter killers,
Set condition 1 throughout the ship.
then we gotta make some adjustments. What can I say? We nuke the fighter killers. That's what we do. And for every fighter killer they have, they do not have a hangar bay
Yes,
to
Commander.
launch war driver squadrons, so it's alright. It's really okay. Once we get turned, we'll hit the thrusters. Speed up our, I don't want to call it a withdrawal. It's not a withdrawal or a retreat. It's a tactical, yeah, it's part of the plan, damn it. Okay, we need to, these guys kind of are organized into squadrons, so this squadron, go ahead, select target.
Squadron target is confirmed.
We'll leave our smallest squadron behind to defend the fleet, but for the most part, we're setting everything. We need a couple more Raptors assigned to Green Squadron. I want Green Squadron to attack. Scratch that. I want Green Squadron to move, not attack. Move that away, because you're going to go behind the enemy fleet unless they intercept. And hit those rear ships and then work your way forward to reload. They will do that under escort. Escort of provided by, let's see, how many 2s do we have? 2 is out. Yeah, they'll be escorted by 2 squadrons. And that'll do.
Escort clearance zone.
Damn, those light carriers are almost touching. Watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it.
Escort priority 1 still online.
Ouch. That's kind of too close for comfort. Yeah, create some
So say we all.
distance, please.
Yes, sir.
That takes care of the fleet. Again, I'll hold off on thrusters until it completes its turn. In fact, lead frigates can slow down a little bit to maintain
On it, Commander.
somewhat of a proper formation. So we have 6 fighter squadrons heading out, and then the assault wing as well. Enemies have launched a fighter squadron. Well, let's not mess around. Target it with 4 squadrons and destroy it. Otherwise good to go.
Escort clearance zone intact. Priority 1 is in safe hands.
Fighter squadron is taking fire. IFF confirms unit is hostile.
We're gonna break Red Squadron into 2 wings. Half of it will, so assign group. Let's make you White Squadron. Assign group, White Squadron. White Squadron, your imperative is to defend the main fleet from where you're at. In other words, intercept those missiles. I wonder who they're aiming at. Let's just hazard to guess that it's going to be the support ship. It often is. That leaves 2 fighter squadrons dealing with a basic raider squadron. So we are not seeing a war driver squadron, not yet. Despite that, we're going to hold off on firing any large munitions.
Yes, sir.
But such a guideline does not prohibit us from firing standard munitions from the frigates.
Action
Set the
stations
frigates to condition 1, or at least that one set to condition 1. The other one needs to climb if he wants a clear shot. And fire at... Unable to get target lock. Why? Is he in a nebula? Okay. Fine. Let's see if we hit thrusters on these carriers. Can they get a little more distance? Not much.
Yes, Commander.
We're adding plating to the left side of the onward. Alright. Let's see how this goes. How much further do these guys have to travel? Okay, that's a turn's worth.
Hostile unit identified.
Exactly what we wanted to happen. They're intercepting those missiles. Now, 2 missiles hit, and I was dumb and ignored them. Well, I didn't really ignore them, I guess. Well, I did, but let's order the fleet defense squadron to also defend the support ship. Presuming that's what they're aiming at, they should be able to shoot down that missile. You guys, honestly, I don't want you attacking the Nemesis anymore. I don't think the Nemesis... The Nemesis is in above its head if it's going to try to engage the fleet alone. We'll have the Battlestar start to dive. I probably should have started that last round. and go into offensive posture, condition 1 throughout the ship. Guns trained on that nemesis is tailing us. It's another nemesis. Oh well. Raptor Wing, you have your orders. Attack that rear ship. White Squadron. Return to Red Squadron. Well, hold on here. Where is the other? There he is. You'll be following their orders. I want you to turn around and hit their light carrier. I'm assuming they destroyed the Raider Squadron. Yeah, they did. Are you not all part of the same squadron? Why is that not registering? Oh, I've made a mistake. Imagine that. Well, it's forgivable. Whatever it was, it's forgivable. Willet will order her battle star to, let's see, left side is the one that's buffed. Go ahead and turn. Guns fixed on that nemesis. Wipe it out. It's got 2 rounds before it reloads. That gives us 2 rounds to kill it. Yeah, so it's 3 Nemesis
Missiles
classes.
incoming.
This is a very small fleet, not quite what I expected. You guys really let that missile through? That's probably because of my mistake. Shit. That's kind of funny. The Nemesis turned clean around, and it's about dead. I don't blame it for turning around. Smartest thing I've seen a Cylon do yet. Fire short-range missiles at that rear ship. No, actually, keep your guns trained on the rear ship. Short-range missiles on the next one up. Did they copy that? Fire short-range missiles at that
Yes,
ship.
Commander.
Battlestar can continue to dive. I had talked about kicking in thrusters on the main fleet, and I did do that with the carriers. Otherwise, I really don't think I need to. This
Understood.
fight, unless they are reinforced, will be over momentarily. Commander Willett assures us of that fact. Ah, that is too long range. They're never going to catch it. Nah, that was bad. Poor effect. Poor effect. Knocked out its rear armor, at least, but very poor. Fighters swarm that target. That'll be Red Squadron. Our assault squadron will continue their attack on this rear nemesis, which is also ready to fire. With that in mind, I'll have their fighter escort break off. They don't need it. And it will take orders to defend the onward. This fighter wing, consisting of 2 squadrons, will also defend the main fleet. But they'll defend a different ship. We'll go with the support ship since it's a common target. It's not letting us another missile come through, please. Assault Raptors, should be good. It's what I was anticipating. It's ordering those fighters back. They're gonna let that through. They're gonna let that through. Luckily, those missiles are inbound toward the onward. Commander Willett will order flak on her port side. Yes, I know there's fighter squadrons active. We can have them back off.
Understood.
What are you guys doing here? Attacking the Nemesis. Good. We will switch the assault wing to attack the carrier. However, they'll finish off this well, which Nemesis is stronger? I suppose they'll finish off this Nemesis with their ordnance. It's kind of overkill.
Understood.
But oh well. Is the main fleet gonna hit any debris or rocks or... Appears not. Slow down the support ship. Willett read about that too. She found it humorous. Alright, I'll leave the fighter action in the background. We'll focus on the onward. One missile got through. Showing a small dent on our port side. We'll have to buff that out. Cancel the flak. And turn the Battlestar to catch up with the fleet. This is over. It's a easy 500 requisition points in Tilium, I suppose. Their carrier. All fighter wings can return to the main fleet. Assault wing. Destroy that carrier. And we'll be all done here. We'll collide. Where's that at? Getting a collision warning. Oh yeah, I see it. Maybe I slowed down that support ship too much. I guess I did. Who knew those Atlas carriers could be quick under any circumstances? But you know you're going slow when one of them is about to catch up at the end hit you. Alright, fighters are pulling out of there. Assault Raptors are just gonna clean this up. Those fighter squadrons actually recall.
Recalling squadron.
Let the assault raptors do what they do, boys. Come on back. Boys and girls. Then again, they call officers no matter the gender, sir, so maybe no one's gonna get upset if I call them all boys.
Yes, Commander.
Alright. Assault Raptors,
Recalling
recall.
squadron.
Come on back.
Yes, Commander.
You're all done here. They're like, but
Yes,
we haven't
Commander.
destroyed the target. Well, you don't have any rockets left, so come on back. Let's double check all that. Recall. Recall. Recola. And recall. Huh, that one... The one squadron, this one's taking some damage. Recall,
Yes, Commander.
across the board, all wings.
Yes, Commander.
Head on back. Willet's got a present for the enemy. And you know she don't play. Especially when the odds
Yes,
are so
sir.
much in her favor. Fair enough.
Cleanup order received.
Squadron has gone dark.
Nuclear mission authorized. Believe we've got everybody heading back. We got another collision warning. Alright, supply ship. You can actually speed up. That's the second time we've had to contact you and tell you to speed up. Or you know what? Why don't you just break off to the side? That'd be easier
Understood.
for everybody. Seriously, that's not enough? Alright, speed up and break off to the side. Okay, just speed up all the way. You're about to get clobbered if you don't. Alright, we have a problem. Is this unavoidable? Go ahead and dive? You're actually going to make the carrier... This would be... Somebody's getting in trouble for this. If you gotta make one of these Atlas carriers slow down or alter anything, then you're looking at some kind of inquiry, I think. What's the name of the ship again? The Tempest, yep. Admiralty will be hearing about the Tempest. I don't
Understood.
see our warships doing that, damn it.
Understood.
Order received to clean up and de-escalate.
Clean up and de-escalate is right. What's the explosion? Something just went pop. Well, I guess we're gonna have an inquiry about that too. I don't know what it was. We'll have that dumb bastard slow down again as if he hasn't learned his lesson. Our assault wing is coming back. Unfortunately, they did take out 3 Raptors. I say that, but come on. The last battle, we lost a battle star and like a quarter of a fleet. And this'll do it. Good night.
All contacts down. Mission complete.
Well done, Commander.
Straightest marks are tagged. Check your solutions before engaging. Set condition 1 throughout the ship. Escort clearance zone is active. Escort priority 1 still online. Escort clearance zone intact. Priority 1 is in safe hands. on me. Actual. Slate of commands confirmed. Order received to clean up and de-escalate. Prepare base for catch. There'll be more than one.
It is good to give the Viper jockey some playtime. Especially after the last mission, the previous one, that is to say. It's kind of nice to do one where it's just, in a sense, just a matter of course. I mean, we're gonna have a few military funerals for the pilots of those Raptors, but that too is a matter of course. We will postpone this, of course. And a horse is a horse. We will have the remnants of Fleet Group Geminon make a jump back to Ragnar now, where they will essentially be safe. And and I've still got time. I've still got a half an hour. So I suppose I'll do a little housekeeping and see if the Cylons present a battle. But housekeeping is in order. Tentatively, I should see what Fleet Group Geminon needs, other than an officer, because they definitely need that. So they only have 4 ships, and a support ship. Let's see. They're so missile-based that last action demonstrated they need more of a fighter wing to assure the delivery of those weapons, of those missiles, unimpeded by enemy war driver squadrons or whatever. So I think learning from their loss, I guess it was a victory, but you have a bunch of victories like that, you're going to lose the war. What do they call it? A Pyrrhic or a Pyrrhic victory? I've heard scholars say both, not just armchairs. So I don't claim to know. Yeah, don't want too many of those. So I'm thinking a carrier. And of course, ultimately, they'll get a battle star. But for now, let's begin production of a carrier. Atlas class will take 5 turns. Actually, we're building one, but that is intended to supplement fleets. Boy, I could. No, I couldn't. Without a fleet officer, this fleet probably can't take on too many more ships. So yeah, we'll keep these 2 ships that we're building. Keep them on course for Helios Beta, where they'll supplement the fleets that have requested them. The Cirquette, which we just began construction of, it will link up with Fleet Group Geminon. Well, let's see if any fleet needs repaired, and then we'll see what the Cylons hand to us. Nobody needs repairs?
Detected a Cylon escort fleet, sir.
Boy, that would be another washout. And so I better auto-resolve it. Besides, I've kind of pledged not to fight anything where our chances to win are 100 and our chance of casualties are 0. So I've Battlestar Group was at 77. Do that. Swat away that Cylon threat. We'll postpone this.
Fleet Group has its coordinates.
BSG 77 needs repairs. Anybody else need repairs? I can't imagine, unless I overlooked them last time. Nope. And at this point, let's check our officer roster, see if we have anybody from Geminon available. We do not. Fleet, yeah. Battlestar Group 84 will jump back to Scorpia, their home. Meanwhile, is this... Yeah, Fleet Group. Guess we'll call it Fleet Group Gamma, really. Or, well, Fleet Group 355. They'll jump to Scorpia as well.
Fleet Group has its coordinates.
After all, it kind of seems to be their home port. And let's see what the Cylons have in store for us.
Cylon Strike Group has been detected.
Here we go.
The fortified
Action at
colony is under
Caprica.
attack.
BSG 92. I've got to auto-resolve it. I guess, I mean, I don't have to, but I should. This is interesting. If I fought this and I lost a Manticore or two, that wouldn't be a problem, but I shouldn't embrace that mindset. We'll auto-resolve. Might lose a ship anyway. Nope. Postpone that.
We have a new mission, Commander.
Oh yeah? Tell me about it.
Cylon engineering crews have been trying to restart this refinery ever since they took it from local forces. The Quorum have agreed to underwrite any ore destroyed. It's more important that the Cylons don't bring the refinery online.
Can Fleet Group Libran handle this? Tell you what, I gotta stop treating these guys with kid gloves. They're gonna have to try to handle it, because that is exactly what I'm gonna order them to do. Before that, I need to repair BSG 8 or 92 at Caprica. Alright, Fleet Group Libran. Who's your commanding officer again? Lieutenant Colonel? No, that's not right. That's not right. Who is your officer? Colonel Bowler. Combat engineer. Desperately needs more experience. Let's take a look one more time at his fleet composition, although I think I know what it is. He's got 2 support ships, and that's what makes him an odd fleet. I think he's also got a lot of corvettes. His flagship is a mere frigate. So he could be walking into something that is too much for him to handle, but he knew that when he joined. Plot your jump to Thanatos. What else do we got? We got those carriers together, but I won't bog down the stream with that. Suffice it to say, we'll get those out to Helios Beta, into the fleets to which they are intended to join. This'll do it. Alright, Colonel Bowler, or Bowler? Maybe it's Bowler, let's go with that.
Base Star Group has been detected.
Proceed. one of two things happens here. Either Balor gets his promotion and we get slightly closer to having a battle star for Fleet Group Lieber, or his fleet gets decimated because his flagship's a frigate, and because he has 2 support ships. Although, if used wisely, 2 support ships can really prove to be a boon. Occasionally, I mean, that's how it works with supply fleets. A lot of times they're escorted by corvettes, but all these supply ships and support ships can really buff a single corvette and make that corvette worthwhile. In fact, the intro to tonight's stream was a supply fleet getting attacked, but it was protected by 1 corvette. And I've played it before. I didn't mean to play it as the intro, but, mistakes are made. We'll try this at long range. Balor will try to use his, he'll try to use his corvettes as to not put himself at risk. Let's just say he's a selfish man. I shouldn't say that's selfish, honestly. I mean, tactically, it's not a terrible idea. Kind of doing a wolf pack thing here is what we'll attempt. Must admit, I liked Mikey's approach of having pairs of 2 corvettes. Flying in tandem, and we might do that. Let's see. Being a colonel, I'm not going to authorize a nuke form, so we'll keep guided munitions. Maybe I'll eat my words. Maybe we'll give him a nuke. Yeah, on his flagship. He's got so many support ships that we can actually afford to give him a few nukes and just wrap this up that way. Yeah, so he'll have 3 at his disposal. Yeah, screw it. Let's give him 4. There's no way he's going to burn through all those guided munitions. I only see 4 enemy Cylons on the board. So yeah, we did this right. We may not even have to send the corvettes back. What we instead can do is send the Raptor back there, and it can identify them, and then we fire the nukes. I'm thinking this will be as short a battle as the last one. And so, with a half an hour left, I think I can knock this out. Yeah. So we have a Raptor, is that accurate? Yes, aboard the flagship we do. And then we have a fighter squadron. Only 1 fighter squadron, so here's the weakness right now that I can foresee. If those are all carriers, and so under that idea they would be launching 4 fighter squadrons, that would beat us. And not beat us, but that would give us a serious challenge. Because we only have 1 fighter squadron protecting us. If it's anything else, Colonel Bowler's got this. Hands down. So yeah, let's do this. Hey, Smoke. Fire at Jordy.
3, 2.
You never liked Jordy, huh? Good to see you, my friend. How you doing tonight? By the way, is JPEG still streaming? Because I'm going to be wrapping up here soon. I'm
Your
curious
refinery's
if he's
online.
Oh,
But I don't think it's been active for very long. The Quorum's mission objective stands. Destroy the refinery before the Cylons can get anything useful out of it.
Well, that's where we use our nuke, huh? It's just not even necessary. We'll just fly the fleet by it and they'll open up on it with their guns. We'll reserve the nukes for the Cylon fleet. That said, what is our slowest ship? It's going to be the flagship, and it's not very slow. That's one thing Balor's got going for him as well. Or another thing Balor's got going for him is he's got a very fast fleet.
Yes,
here.
sir.
See, she agrees. So I mean, we'll kick in the thrusters. We'll see how fast the Cylons are. That'll tell us a thing or two about what class of ship
On it, Commander.
they are using. Wait, don't I have another? How am I missing one of my Corvettes? Well, I guess I'm not. I guess I went through all of them. Get those support ships to speed up. And the light carrier's fast as well, so we'll move it up.
Understood.
Real far. Oh, he just finished. Gotcha. Mr. Mikey, how you doing tonight?
I am doing good, sir. I just thought I'd stop in to say howdy.
Right on, right on. I've done okay. Done okay in your absence, but not great. The first battle was terrible.
See, you would do extraordinary magnitude of glory if I was there.
I agree. The last battle though, so like the first battle was horrible. I lost the battle star. The second battle was a total blowout. Like we pretty much swatted the Cylons away, and that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen again here. So I don't know. One terrible one. I mean, don't get me wrong, we still won the first battle, but I'd rather lose and keep the battle star kind of deal, you know?
Right.
But
I did check, not cross-platform.
it isn't. That sucks.
Yeah. So either you need to get a PlayStation, or I need to come up with the money for Battlestar.
So yeah, either you need to drop 60. It was like $60 or something with the DLC that you would need, right?
Yeah, it's $30 for the base and like 14, and then another 9, I think.
Yeah. So that would get you what? Yeah, base game. Fuck. What is the other one I'm using?
You're using the ship pack, right?
I am using the ship pack. That gives me like the light carriers and stuff. And then the other one it's not Sin and Sacrifice. It's
No, because we concluded last night that is the end of season 1.
yeah. It's Broken Alliance. That's what it is.
That's it. Yep.
Hey, Japik, how you doing? Just mentioned you. Are we winning? Yeah. Yeah, we are.
We are so winning. We're making Charlie Sheen look bad.
Donald Trump and Charlie Sheen would both say winning. But, yeah, I did lose Battlestar tonight.
I would just pop some Tagger's blood, and we're about to run this bitch in.
I like it. I don't know what it means even, but I like it. Oh, what the hell do I...
I was playing Stranded along with Japek, who was streaming Stranded.
Oh shit, you jumped in? It's multiplayer?
No, it's not multiplayer, but I was just playing along with him.
Okay.
While watching him.
Did Japik, were you winning? Mikey, were you winning?
Well, I made it more days without getting poisoned or killed.
How'd Japik do?
He did very well. He actually, even though he got some poisoning and killed, he actually made more stuff than
Understood.
I did.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, when I left, he had a broken leg, I think, and not sure if you were able to build a splint or.
No, but in his next gameplay, he learned how to build a splint.
Too little, too late.
I personally like the game because it's nice and relaxing to play like this.
Yeah, it seemed like a laid back game. Other than having to keep getting water, that seemed like a pain in the ass. But
Yeah, yeah. Food and water are very scarce on that one island, but I didn't want to leave the island without salvaging that whole ship.
oh, does the ship have some shit on it?
Yeah, a lot of good stuff too, like gyroscope parts. I got a gyroscope parts, a bunch of electrical parts, some leather, binoculars, two torches,
Yes, sir.
two refined hammers, and a bunch of buoy
Launching alert, Viper.
balls that you could turn into bobbers.
Oh, that's how you use those.
Yeah,
'Cause I
and I
remember JPEG
wasn't even
asking,
done
like, what are those
salvaging.
for? What's that?
I wasn't even done salvaging when I quit.
Oh, okay, nice. Grayson says, from the deep dark of spaceways comes the adequate combat tactics of automatic. Will they survive? Maybe, but keep your jump drive primed. JPEG says, I died twice, once in 3 days, broken leg. The broken leg got you then? That's what. Is that what
Yeah,
did you in, kinda?
I think so.
And then poison got him in 4. Just needed more experience, he says. I hear
So he
that.
was, by all means, he was doing good. I think he
Yeah,
was
I mean,
more adventurous than I was.
yeah, I mean, he seemed to be. I don't know. I confess, I only did watch for like a half an hour before I started streaming, but in that half an hour, he wasn't dead yet.
It actually made me think that on a day that like I don't feel like being very um, competitive,
Yeah.
I'd stream it.
Launching drones.
Oh hell yeah. It's always nice
I
to
think
add another game to the repertoire.
right. I think it's just like playing grounded without a real storyline.
Yeah. Well, grounded storyline is so. It's kind of bare bones, anyways, you know. There's not much to it. I mean, I don't know. I think I get the sense they're working on one, but it's very much a work in progress.
Of course, I enjoy playing like Subnautica. I enjoy playing grounded stuff where you can build and learn.
I've been told time and time again that I would love Subnautica.
Say that again. You kind of.
I've been told on many occasions that I would enjoy Subnautica.
I think you would. Knowing your type of gameplay, I think you would. Type of games you like.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be worth me checking out. I mean, I don't mean checking out, but playing, because I've watched some stuff about it. Can't say I've ever watched anybody stream it, but I've
I
definitely
have
tuned
it
in
for
for videos.
Xbox.
Do you?
Yeah.
Thank you for not being my. Well, that's gonna sound weird if I say that. I say "do you" a lot. My wife she switches the answer. Then she was like, "Yeah, we had a lot of fun." I'm like, "Oh, did you?" And she's like, "No." She's like, "Why do you even ask if I just told you I did?"
I'm beginning to like your wife. She's a smartass like me.
It'll wear on you. I love you, honey, if you're, for some sick reason, tuning in.
No, is that wife number one? No, I'm just kidding.
Wife number one. Grayson says Subnautica is a scavenger game. It's fun. And hell, now they've got Subnautica 2. I thought I just
Yeah,
saw
they're adding extra
Raptors.
story to the first one.
Oh, so is it just an expansion, or
Yes,
is it?
sir.
I believe it's just an expansion.
Oh, okay. So let's see. I'm going to send Raptors back to identify those ships and send a fighter escort. I don't know. Are you looking to take control of a ship? I mean, this won't last long, but
No. You're. If I think I need to give you input, I'll be an advisor. How's that?
right on. I appreciate that. That works. That works. So yeah, I'm sending a Raptor back. I've got nukes. There's only 4 Cylons. I don't think this is going to be difficult. The idea is destroy this refinery. And that shouldn't be a problem. There's no Cylons between me and it. It's just like, this is a weak fleet group, but apparently they've encountered even weaker Cylons. Unless, like, all 4 of those ships are, like, monsters or some shit. I should be okay.
You never know.
I don't. Gonna find out, though. The Raptors are heading back there now. Hopefully they come back. And
Let me tell you,
Hmm.
I've had a shit day.
How, care to elaborate, or is it that bad that
Yeah.
you'd rather not?
Well, I had a friend that kept me up until 6:30 in the morning.
Fuck that guy.
I know, what a dick.
Yeah.
So once I finally fell asleep, I slept like shit. Like I just kept tossing and turning and waking up every half hour. So I finally got up around 10:30, 11 o'clock. Had my coffee, and then I took my old man to pick up our groceries and get dinner around 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I come back halfway, like I get 3/4 of the way home, and my old man's like, "You smell an electrical fire?"
IFF confirms unit is
And I'm
Oh,
like,
inside.
"Well, I do smell metal burning." We stopped to pay our property taxes,
Uh-huh.
and I open up my engine hood, the hood of my truck, and I smell it, but I don't see where it's coming from. I can't pinpoint it.
Yeah.
I pull into my trailer park, stop at my mailbox,
Missile tubes prepped.
and a shit ton of black smoke is coming from my fucking tire.
Oh, man.
My caliper or something is just started to fucking. I would say it almost caught on fire.
Shit.
So I had to have my truck towed away today, and now I don't have a vehicle. And they won't be able to look at it until Monday, if they can get to it.
That sucks, dude. That's gonna cost money.
Well, hopefully we have a lifetime warranty on the truck.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully that'll cover most of it. The only thing that's gonna suck is having to get a rental and have a rental come pick us up. Cheapest I can find was $70 a day.
So you're not in a position where you can
Yes, Commander.
kind of just hunker down until then, like.
Oh, if I need to go to the store or something,
Yeah.
I need a vehicle. If I have to take my old man to the hospital because he's not doing well.
Does Dad cover some of the costs just as, he would need it by proxy, kind of? He would need a vehicle too, or need you to have a vehicle?
Oh, he covers everything.
Okay.
I'm not worried about the money to fix it and stuff like that. It's just the
Yeah.
rental part. We might
Yeah.
it can get expensive.
No doubt there.
If whatever's wrong with the truck is covered by the warranty, then the rental is covered as well.
Escort priority
But
Oh,
until
units
then,
online.
that'd be
I have
nice.
to
Yeah.
say that again.
I said that'd be
Understood.
nice.
Yeah, but until then, the rental comes out of pocket until they figure that out.
Shit. No, that's not a good day at all. So let's see. In terms of this fleet, just to let people know what's going on here, I'm flying through an asteroid belt. So this is not an impressive Cylon fleet. It's all Corvettes. The only downside is they have missiles, and I only have one fighter squadron to intercept said missiles. But if I can keep these asteroids in between me and them, then there's a good chance their missiles will get torn up in the asteroid fields. That's what I'm doing, and
Yes, Commander.
yeah,
So say we
I
are.
don't know. I also need to fire weapons back at them, and obviously the asteroids work, or meters, whatever they are. They work both ways,
On it,
so
Commander.
that's why I'm kind of turning to starboard with this to get it clear of all that. And in fact, can it fire yet? I'm not going to take my chances. It'll fire next turn. Well, at least you made it home. If there's any silver lining there.
Oh yeah, thank God, because we had all the groceries with us.
Oh yeah, that would be bad.
Yes, sir.
It just sucks. Like I'm one of those people that like I never want to go anywhere, but I still don't like not having a vehicle out in my driveway.
Oh yeah, there's a difference between being like a homebody and being a homebody because you have no choice. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a
Yeah,
homebody, but if I knew that I couldn't go out, that would eat at me. That would kill me. How? I've got nukes. Why not just use them? Fire nuke at the
Yes,
closest Corvette.
that all it is 3 Corvettes and a couple of ships.
Yeah, well, it's 4 Corvettes. They're way behind me. My target's in front of me.
Fighter
I
squadron
got
is
the
taking fire.
asteroids between me and them. So yeah, I think I'm in good shape. They're trying to shoot at the fighters, but these Corvettes can't really hit that well. And I think I've got 3 nukes. So
What do you got for ships?
nothing. Okay, so this is one of the weaker fleets. It's got 4 Corvettes, which I mean that's that's bad, but not. You can do stuff with Corvettes, you know that.
Those Corvettes can cause damage if they're deployed right.
Yeah, and I've also got a light carrier, which the main thing about that is at least it gives us a squadron and it's fast. So it can almost keep up
Yes,
with the
sir.
Corvettes. In fact, like the slowest ones are these support ships, but and then the flagship is it's just a frigate, which gives another squadron. I've already identified the enemy ships. Those support ships, they have 2 more nukes on them, so I'll fly those
Understood.
out. Get more nukes loaded up here.
Supply raptors
Why
are
don't you
ready.
send 2 Corvettes and a light carrier back to take care of those 3 Cylon Corvettes.
Honestly, yes. Well, since I only have 3 nukes, I say only have 3 nukes, but I might spend the 3 nukes, destroy 3 of 4 of them, and then just, send a couple Corvettes back with the fighter and the Raptor to, kind of support them. And that should be no contest. Like 2 of our Corvettes against 1 of theirs, plus fighter support, plus a Raptor. This is and it's not like the last mission was the same. It was a really weak Cylon fleet, but they're not neither of these have been missions where they like tell me what the Cylons have. Like they're story missions in a way. They're resource missions. So I never know what the Cylons have, so it's just really a roll of the dice, but I've lucked out.
Right.
So far, so good, and I think I'll be able to destroy this refinery just with the guns. For a second, I thought, well, I'll use a nuke on that, but why bother? Just use those on the ship.
I was almost thinking if you have 3 nukes would take out that refinery in a heartbeat.
That's true, yeah. And it's cooler than using the ship's guns on it, but I like the idea of using those nukes on the Cylons.
Yeah.
I
like the idea of taking a sledgehammer and killing a baby spider myself.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Kill it with authority.
Let them know that they ought not do this again. Just stop their Cylon ways. Hey, Death Rabbit, he says that blows so hard. I believe in reference to your story there. Unless he's the Cylon sympathizer. But Death Rabbit, welcome to it. How you doing tonight?
Welcome, Death Rabbit. I used to live in a house that had a lot of spiders in them.
Oh, yeah.
So I would smack the spider with a shoe and leave it there as a warning to any other spider that came around.
Sending a message.
That's
nice.
Right. Well, I grew up on a crop farm, right?
Yeah.
And if you couldn't afford or didn't have the materials to make a scarecrow, what you would do is you would make a crow snare, take the crow, snap its neck, and hang it in the crop field as a warning to the others. And crows are very smart birds.
Oh my god, that's so mean. I'm just kidding. Sounds effective. So they're smart enough to realize, like, shit, maybe insects are smart enough to realize.
Yeah. I didn't know you could split the coconuts open, JPEG. Good to know.
Oh, yeah. You can eat coconuts if you cut them open and don't starve. Shit, that's a lot of missiles inbound. And, can I not? Where the hell is my Raptor squadron? The fuck are they doing?
Hiding?
Yeah, they are. This is not good. My flagship's about to get a lot of missiles. This is supposed to be a blowout.
Yes, sir.
Oh, is that ship destroyed? That ship's destroyed.
Are on standby.
We just got its missiles off first.
Yeah. But then there's like however many more salvos. They're not dumb apparently, because I was saying like the space rocks are going to protect for the most part the main fleet. But I had the flagship kind of like peek out from the space rocks to fire its nuke. And so they're all targeting him. Which I thought they would be dumb enough to target the support ships, but no, they're not that dumb, I guess. That sucks.
You didn't give them enough of a choice.
Nah, that's true. Yeah. I really shouldn't have. I should have had my flagship just kind of peek out and fire, not. Well, anyways, he'll go defensive and panic ship wide. Doo-doo. This is your captain speaking. All hands, panic.
Could you please put your tables into the upright position, grab your ankles, and kiss your ass goodbye?
Oh, I hope he's not dead. Colonel Ballard was looking to get a promotion out of this. But he might be getting a funeral out of this.
You'll be getting a promotion to heaven.
Praise God. That sucks.
Understood.
Oh, if you're gonna go immersive, it's praise the gods.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They're all about it. The Cylons worship one god. It's funny that the robots worship a god, but hey, they learned from us. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just agreeing with you. It's funny that the Cylons worship one god, but they worship many.
Yeah. They're like, there's just one true god. Not those false ones that the humans believe in. Here we go. That's not good. Well, I guess the good news is the squadron's shot down. While they weren't able to take out any of the missiles fired from that destroyed ship, they did take down all of the salvos fired by the other three. So, situation's better than I thought. And we've got another nuke loaded. One more round and it'll be loaded. So yeah, they hit me with some missiles, but
Well, it looks like they got you in the aft engines.
Right in the aft. Man, that burns. It's like the hot sauce the next day.
Mm. We taking the preparation H off the shelf.
So our Corvettes are at the refinery. This is weird. I almost feel like I should have sent. I should have sent the Corvettes back, but I shouldn't be bitching either, because honestly, that went better than I thought it was going to go. I thought the flagship was about to eat it. Fucking just fire missiles at the refinery. That'll do.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
So I figured you could eat coconuts, but I
didn't even think of that. I'm splitting them in half.
Yeah, I didn't see where you could do that.
I got a bird snagger, but I think it only snags one bird every 24 hours.
Like, were you able to eat the, I noticed Jape had killed a crab just before I left. Were you able to eat that raw, or you have to cook it and stuff like that?
No, it makes you sick, so you end up losing. You get dehydrated quicker.
Okay, so yeah, that's not worth it.
Name a ship, pig.
Name a ship, pig. I wish you could name ships. I know you can't on PC, but you can't on
That's my ex's
Xbox.
name.
That's your ex's name? Does she respond to that, or it's her name, but she doesn't respond to it?
What are the 3 things you never say to your wife after sex? Number 1, that'll do, pig. Number 2, your sister moved around a whole lot more. Number 3, I can't tell the difference between you and my mom.
Holy shit.
So say we all.
I'm sorry, but totally lost me on that last one. That's hilarious, though, to be honest. Oh, wait, why did I cancel that? Fire missiles at the refinery. Let's see. Am I firing the nuke? I should be. Okay, yeah. Got another nuke going out.
Oh, I'm gonna grab a drink. Be right back.
Right on. I don't see anything between this nuke and its target. That is a good deal. We've got the Raptor Squadron and the Fighter Squadron protecting the flagship. Problem is, one of these supply ships is going to need to turn around. Which kind of puts him into the fight, but he's got to get another nuke delivered to the flagship. Yeah, no targets in range, so... which is weird, because the Raptor could certainly fly from one ship to the other, but... But okay, I'll go with it. We'll kick in the thrusters and see if we can catch up with the fleet at all. Once we've taken out the third enemy Corvette, that'll be this guy, that'll just leave one and I'll have our Corvettes loop around and take him out. And that should do it. In fact, well, never mind. Scratch that thought. Wait, I'm having a thought. Hold on, having a thought. Yeah, it's gone.
Thought I smelled something burning. No, it's not my calipers.
Death Rabbit says, "So say we all." As a response, perfectly timed. She does do that. You say shit, and then she'll be like, "Yes, sir. So say we all." Right away. Yes. Yeah, I kind of love how she chimes in sometimes, and it's so fitting. Because you say anything, you'd be like, "Yeah, that dude's a piece of shit." So say we all.
It kind of reminds me, that say we all reminds me of the movie Porky.
Remind you of what?
The movie Porky's.
Man, it's been so long since I've seen Porky's.
There's a scene where there's a preacher. He goes, "So saith the shepherd, so saith the flock."
I vaguely remember that. Oh, I gotta see Porky's again. I
know,
honestly haven't seen it since probably like the mid-90s or some shit, if not earlier.
Right after the mom statement cracked you up.
Right after the mom statement. Oh, that's hilarious, yeah. Can you get the nuke there now? Yes, you can. Then do it. So say me.
Make it show number one. Wrong show, sir. Where the frack am I then?
So we're still in defensive, as we should be. I guess we're bracing for impact. What about the Tillium refinery? Fuck, are you serious? That all those volleys of missiles, all those salvos didn't do it. Alright. Use your guns. And if that doesn't work,
Understood.
Use hatchets and stuff. And if that doesn't work, bite it. Use your teeth.
Throw rocks and sticks at them. Jettison the garbage.
Try coconuts.
Okay. We're gonna go native on their asses.
Missiles incoming!
Fighters are taking out the missiles. Good deal. Nice, they took them all out. That's gonna be the refinery that just blew up. Nice. Alright, whichever one of these manticores, whichever one of these Corvettes has the most armor, because I did buff one of them, so it's nice and shiny. You hear that, lady? Oh, I expected her to... I said, you hear that?
I said, pay attention, boy. Trying to teach you something here.
What a cunt. She's not chiming in when I need her to.
So say we all.
Psst, now she does. Alright, get the supply ship turned around, get it out of there. Nuke is heading towards the flagship. I mean, aboard a Raptor in a box. So I don't mean like a hot nuke. Let's boost firewalls on the flagship. No, can you not do that? Alright, then land on the flagship. Can you do that? Because I think that'll boost firewalls.
That piggy.
Still waiting for that nuke. What is it, being delivered by a carrier? Those bastards never get there in time. Carrier is on its way.
It's being delivered by snail mail.
Alright, I think that's good for that turn.
They're breaching our firewall.
They're hacking the flagship. They're about to try to, like, double hack it, if that's even possible.
He's hacking and whacking.
Nuclear
Have a
strike
nuke
prepared.
on us. You're gonna love it.
On it, Commander.
You're just gonna go ballistic for this nuke.
It's refreshing. It'll blow you away.
Nuka-Cola.
Understood.
Alright, well, that should stop them from hacking the ship, I think. Yeah, they're both hacking it. That's a bitch.
They're gonna get a virus. They're gonna get a virus.
I think they are. I think you're right.
I don't know where that ship's been.
It's got the crabs. Alright, nuke outbound.
Oh, that ship's gonna... Oh.
This should upset their hacking.
I can't knock out
Connection interruption coming in 3.
I think your interwebs are down. Hit the thrusters again. The flagship.
Their ships were designed by Bethesda.
Oh, fuck that. The game would have froze already. Crashed the desktop. Alright, here comes the Corvette to finish this last one off. Just send in one Corvette, because why not? But no, don't defend him. Defend the Corvette. He's gonna want that. And also, we'll launch Raptors to get him aboard the Corvette. Oh, I already did that.
Cylon STDs, they just get pop-ups.
Meet hot moms in your neighborhood. Click here. hot single
Left
moms.
30
Like, what?
degrees support. What? No, I didn't search big black dicks.
Right? I've seen that ad though. I've seen, not the big black dicks. I've seen the meet hot single moms, and then it said the name of my city. Meet hot single moms in Columbus, and it's like, what? What? Why do you? What? Like, that's a lot of that's a lot of responsibility. Like it's just like, what about hot single chicks? Like, why moms? I'm not looking for all that. I'm married anyway, so I'm also. You don't have to believe me.
So
I'm
say
not.
we all.
I'm not looking up porn, let alone milfs. If I was, it wouldn't be milfs.
The subtitles of Meet Hot Moms should be Throw Wallet Away.
Right? Like, it just is awful specific. I'm like, man, what did I look up that's making them think like, oh, Otto really, he's into hot single moms. Like, wrong. I'm into hot married moms.
You're listening to YouTube mom chats.
Now that is probably accurate. The first time I realized that your phone listens to you, I was on my way to work, and so it was several years ago, but I was going in at like 6 a.m., and the morning show had the song from the Rockford Files. Do you remember that show with James Gardner?
I don't think I ever watched it.
So the morning like traffic report had the theme song from Rockford Files. And so whatever, I didn't think anything of it, but so I get to work and I open up YouTube, and right there on my recommended videos, or like right there, like, yeah, was the top one was theme song to Rockford Files. And I was like, holy shit. Like, it's really listening. I mean, now I know it is, but that was my first indication. Like, yeah, that's not, that just doesn't happen by chance. Because normally under my recommended, it shows me videos of hot single moms in Columbus. But so Rockford Files, I was like, that's weird.
How often do you think I actually search Nazi lesbian midgets? But yet it seems to pops up every time I type in micro machines.
my phone, micro machines. My phone's right next to me, so now I'm gonna get all this shit recommended. Google's like, he really does like hot single moms in Columbus. He keeps mentioning
Yes,
it.
Commander.
I find it hilarious when I listen to people stream and they have their phone next to them. And they don't touch their phones or anything, but all of a sudden Siri seems to chime in on what they're saying.
Yeah. Alright, so there are space rocks between me and this Corvette, but here we go.
Oh, it listens, Death Rabbit, just better than an iPhone.
Was on an iPhone, switched to Android, not sure if this one listens.
Google is horrible for listening in and keeping track of what you search.
Oh yeah.
And that's exactly what Android is. It's run by Google.
Alright, so it's all up to the Heckett now. They're saying heck with it. They're gonna. But honestly, we have the advantage here because this ship just like our ship, its forward guns is on its forward gun. Its forward guns is on the bottom, and that is the case for our ship too. So as long as we're above it, we're the sexier of the two parties. Yeah, Death Rabbit says agreed.
I don't know how many times I've searched for something on Amazon and not even buying it, and months later I'll get like such and such product has gone on sale.
Yeah. Yeah, it's insane that's
Yes, Commander.
that's the world we live in. These are the hands we're given too. No?
Was it Back to the Future 3 or can't remember. It was some future movie where they turned on their computer. I think it was Gamer One, and like all kinds of ads popped up about what they searched.
Oh, Player One? That movie?
It might be either Player. Yeah,
it,
play. Is
Commander.
that the one with Gerard Butler?
I think so. Yeah. I want to see the one where Ryan Reynolds plays NPC. Is that right? Such a
Oh, is
movie.
that new one that just came out? Like
Yeah.
that guy or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. And he's like an NPC that gets consciousness or something like that. JPIC said, thanks, Otto. I was hearing it before you said it. Somebody, thank you, JPIC, for picking up what I was pooping. Or putting down. That's probably a better way to put that. You wouldn't pick up my poop. Yeah. Free guy, thank you, yeah. And Death Rabbit says, you ever have it getting the wrong thing? My Amazon thinks I want elephant-themed furniture clothing. No idea why. For a bit, they thought I was a Spanish speaker. That's kind of hilarious. You'd be a hit at the Republican National Convention. But, or, I mean, if we're talking real elephant skin, that's borderline illegal. But, I mean, at the Big Hunter convention, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be really good at a PETA convention.
Wait, PETA convention? Okay. I get PETA confused with NAMBLA.
NAMBLA.
Same diff.
Dude, it befuddles me.
That's a word
there's
I
an
don't use
actual
often.
advocate
Nice.
group called NAMBLA.
Yeah.
And what they stand for.
Was a North American. I only know this from South Park, but no, like that disclaimer. But that's just sick. I have a son. But North American man boy lovers association. Let me check my card. Yeah, that's it. North American Man Boy Love Association. Oh shit, it's expired. I didn't realize that expired. No, that's insane though. That is absolutely insane that that they're like that cavalier about it. They would actually. I mean, you want to talk about a place that you should SWAT. Right there. Send the SWAT team after that place. You know, when they have a fucking, I don't know, I assume they have gatherings.
They have conventions.
That's nuts. That is nuts.
Which, by the way, I don't know how the government doesn't get any of them on the RICO Act.
Yeah, it's blows my fucking mind.
Squadron target is confirmed.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Yeah, you do. You did. You totally did.
Objective has been destroyed. That should slow the toasters down a bit.
Yeah, it should. Well, there we go. Don't wait. What? Yep, Band Boy Love Association, insane. Yeah, South Park rocks. Good stuff. Don't look it up. Then you lost me.
You're flagged on the FBI list.
right. Alright, I'm gonna play the replay real quick. In the meantime, I'm gonna step away and have a little smoky. I'll be right back to guide y'all through the high tones, low tones, mid-range, DBX range, and suck it to me ranges. Whatever that means.
Talk it to me?
Be right back.
Escort priority 1 still online. Escort clearance in action. Escort clearance zone intact. Priority 1 is in safe hands. They're already in our network. I can't keep them out. Target acquisition is free. Enable control now.
Alright.
They're breaching our firewalls.
This almost makes me want to download Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, that was a solid game.
They're in on subject.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, no. Is it Red Leader? The newest Star Wars game?
Oh. Yeah, okay, I don't know.
I can't knock out the firewall.
I haven't kept up on new games because it's too tempting.
No, I got it in my library for free from the PlayStation Plus.
Ah. Well, see, no, I don't have that.
That's why you need to get it.
I think that the next thing I'm gonna drop money on should I come across it. By the way, there's a PayPal link in the description if you'd like to support the channel financially. The Xbox Series X, because I really want to play Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I don't have a computer that can handle it. And it's stupid because, you know, on my Xbox One S, I can, you know, I see that it's for sale on the store, and then I went to go buy it, and then it's like, yeah, your console can't support this. And I'm like, well, then why do you fucking advertise it to me?
Right?
It's just insulting, damn it.
I can understand you wanting to rather advertise on that. Invest in that because you're an Xbox player and most of your friends play on Xbox.
Yeah. And I do like those flight sim games. Not that I play any of them, but I like them. I think I want to.
You played that Heli World.
Oh yeah, Heliborn. And what is that? Kerbal Space Program. All I did in that was build planes. I didn't really. I think I made it to space once.
I
Well,
consider that like a flight simulator.
What's that?
I guess Heliborn is more like a flight simulator, combat flight simulator.
Yeah, it's kind of arcadey though. That's the only downside. Whereas Kerbal is just Kerbal's almost just too much for my little brain to handle. Hey, that brings us to the end of the adventure anyways. We struggled with the first mission, lost the battle star, but the second two missions, well, did quite well. I would reckon next time is gonna be this shit with Sin and Quaid. We'll track him down. I don't know when that will be because I don't think I'm gonna be playing Battlestar tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Saturday. Tomorrow it'll either be, what are the other games I play? Red Dead or not Sea of Thieves and not Grounded. Yeah, so tomorrow it'll probably be Red Dead. Yeah, I think I said yesterday Sea of Thieves will be early next week. It's kind of contingent on whether or not Cass was wanting to play that, because I know he really wants to play it and I've been ignoring it, and the guy only has a couple nights a week that he can play, so I feel that it's a good deal for me to try to cater to whatever his whims are on those days. And shit, I enjoy Sea of Thieves anyway, so it's a perfect fit. So yeah, now I'm gonna save for sure.
Oh, show.
Faux show. And I guess I better do the old tradition, the rigmarole. I want to thank everybody that took the time to come out tonight. Mikey, thanks for jumping in and chatting. I appreciate you.
Well, thanks a lot, me.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Of course, want to thank, let's see, Death Rabbit, thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated. JPIC Death, same deal. Always good to see you, my friend. I want to thank Grayson for popping in. And Rob, thank you for being here and putting me on the big screen. And of course, that's not enough people to merit how many viewers, so I do want to say a special thank you to all you lurkers. I'm a lurker myself, so I feel you 100%. As always, if you like this, and if you are subscribed, I will reveal to you the quickest way toward mental impairment. So stick with us. Until next time, this was Otto saying, fuck off. No, I don't. That's horrible. That is fucking horrible. Why would I say that? Mikey, I'm ashamed.
You should be, sir. Now fuck off.
All right, will do. Good night, folks.